Just go right to Michael.
Michael Jackson. Well, it never dies.
The man is 6 feet under.
Wade Robinson, the one that was the dancer. Remember, he was the little dancer. He was in the Pepsi commercial with Michael Jackson. Was this the one that
Oprah had an interview
Oprah had with him and another dude. He gets to go to trial over child molestation.
But I thought that
even though Michael's passed, it doesn't matter. He's suing his estate and stuff. Mm-hmm. So the judge allows it. The judge is allowing him to go to trial. In my opinion, why would you allow somebody to go to trial and he's gone? He can't even defend himself.
This is for money.
This is a money grab.
This is for money. This is if he was harmed in any way and he had to suffer for that. Now we paying him.
The California Court of Appeals says it would allow molestation allegations. See, this will be yellow marked because I'm saying the word molestation. Allegations filed against the late Michael Jackson's estate to go to trial per reports. Choreographer Wade Robinson is technically suing Jackson's corporation, MJJ Productions, according to TMZ. The singer died in 2009. Dang, it's been a while, huh?
That was after we came back from Africa.
Yeah. Choreographer Robinson claims Jackson befriended him after he moved to the U.S. from Australia as a child. The 40-year-old native says Jackson eventually went on to molest him numerous times at his Neverland Ranch from the age of 7 to 14. However, attorneys for the company claim they had no legal obligation to protect Robson because it had no control over the legendary singer and his actions, the outlet reports. In other words, if I sue Elon Musk for molestation and he passes away, and then I go after Tesla's saying, what do we have to do with what Elon Musk did in his private?
Thank you.
We're a corporation. We don't have nothing to do with what he did. Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. However, attorneys for the company, no legal obligation. The trial court initially sided with Jackson's estate and dismissed the case in April of 2021. But the Court of Appeals ruling this week will ultimately return in a case trial. So it went to court in 2021.
When it does appeals, that means it's a higher court, right?
Right. It's appeals, which means that it can't go to trial. The higher
court can say,
we can go to trial now.
Go to
trial. Mm-hmm. So he claimed in 2005 that MJ never molested him. This is what Robson said. He actually came on Michael's defense and stood and went up on the stand.
So now that to me he lied?
And said he lied.
That's perjury then.
So if you lied then, why would I believe you now?
And I thought if he lied, how is it with the courts? When you go into court and you are asked a question and you give an answer and then 3 years later you said, I lied.
Right.
So don't they get him for perjury at that time?
2005 when Michael Jackson was still alive. He said that Michael didn't do anything to him. He said they did sleep in the same bed. A lot of kids slept, which Michael is an idiot for that.
Right.
Sleeping in the bed with all these boys.
Right.
He thought he was a kid, for God's sake.
You
a grown ASF man.
Come on, everybody.
No, you don't have pillow fights with boys.
Because remember, his childhood was stolen. So he was reliving his childhood.
And he was ridiculous.
I know.
Again, just like Trina in that suit. You wear a suit and think people not going to talk about you. God. You haven't sleepovers with boys, a grown man,
you know what?
And you think ain't nobody gonna say nothing?
If it is allegedly in his mind, he probably wasn't thinking vulgarness or a violation or something. He was just having fun as a man who never
can't do that
childhood.
So
he probably wasn't thinking that way.
So then Wade waited for Michael Jackson to pass on and then sued him in 2013. So why would you wait for him to die and then sue him?
So he won't have no reason to come back and
because
say
he can't say anything, and you don't have to face him.
My word against
exactly, and you don't have to face him.
But can they still bring up the fact that he earlier?
Oh yeah,
he did not say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they get a good lawyer.
It says, meanwhile, James Safechuck, that was the other guy, who filed a similar lawsuit against MJJ Production, will also likely be allowed to go to trial. Now that Robson's was ruled, he'll be able to go back and say, well, you said he can go to trial. Why can't I go to trial?
Okay.
Well, shoot, why don't everybody just go to trial? Why don't we go to trial and say Michael Jackson molested us?
He violated us.
Why don't you just open the floodgates then? All of us can go to trial. He's not alive. He can't say nothing.
I don't know because they're trying to get money. This is a civil case.
Probably.
Civil cases.
Well, it can't be a criminal. He gone.
Right. So civil case like OJ, the family still comes at, and you took my son. We want money for that.
Yep.
So, okay.
So we'll see what happens. I've always said I never felt like Michael Jackson.
A very good lawyer will really pull his previous comments.
He would not only pull his previous comments, but he will also talk about how, as a grown man, Wade Robson hung up under Michael Jackson. Wanted to be like Michael Jackson. Wanted to do everything like Michael Jackson.
And he might even, if depending on how this man's background is as far as finances, if he can prove you low on your luck, you don't have enough.
You don't
money,
have no money. Also, this keeps your name out there.
Opportunity for you.
Yeah.
So who's to say? A good lawyer. That's why I love the Johnny Cochran days. Oh my God.
You got to prove your case.
Johnny Cochran can get you off.
Now, the problem with this is civil. You know, the level of that you don't have to prove as much.
You don't have to prove as much. Don't the judge make the decision? It's not so much a jury.
I think it is. I don't know. But we'll see. Okay. It can be a jury.
And what's the worst? He wins.
You win and you take money. You take money. You take money. Because people
will be booing you.
People who already, Ma, can you turn that crock pot off?
The what?
The crock pot.
Okay.
People who automatically think Michael Jackson is guilty are not going to change. They still think he's guilty. Mm-hmm. And people who think Michael Jackson is innocent, they're not going to change. They still think he's innocent.
Right.
So it's not going to do anything for Michael's
thoughts about
It's
him.
Not changing who he was.
But he'll just get money from
He'll just get money. Wendy says, BS, he's just greedy and desperate.
He is. So we'll see where it goes.
Now go to yours. What's yours?
Mine is just pretty